So unless you were living under a rock in the fragrance community, there was a new release that came out about a month or so ago that has been really hard to get your hands on because it is a European exclusive, unless you live in Europe, of course. But it has been hyped out of control from what I understand. The only thing that I've heard is from my subscribers, as well as seeing YouTube thumbnails of people saying that it's fire, blah, blah, blah. And it's by EMPORIO Armani. It is Stronger With You Oud. So I'm going to let you know in this video, I'm going to be giving you my first impression / review. I wanted to try this on. I was really excited to get it. So I'm about 3 hours in. I will let you know what I get from it, if it's worth picking up, and yeah, pretty much all that. So without further ado, let's get it. Alright, my great smelling dudes, welcome back to my channel. This is Randy, aka FragranceDoud, back with another first impression or / review of a new release in the men's fragrance community. It is a European exclusive by EMPORIO Armani. It is Stronger With You Oud. So I already sprayed this on my arm here to get the dry down. I'm about 3 hours in right now, and I'm also going to spray it on this tester to be able to get a neutral feel and the opening, but again, so I can be I have smelled the opening about 6 times now, so I am quite versed on it. But with that said, this was hyped a lot. I've had people emailing me, commenting, telling me in my live, texting me, whatever it might be. And I've seen some thumbnails of people saying, I don't like to get versions of what other people think of it, at least from other reviewers, because I like to formulate my own thoughts. And so I have seen a bunch of thumbnails saying, hey, this is fire, this is the best Stronger With You out there, blah, blah, blah. The only thing that I've heard from 2 of my subscribers is that it is supposed to be a stronger version of the Intensely. And somebody else said it's supposed to smell like Bottled Oud, or that it does smell like Bottled Oud mixed with Stronger With You Intensely. And so I will give you the notes here. Before I do, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff, and then we'll get straight into this. Again, this is Stronger With You Oud. I will give you a little bit of the presentation, although I don't really do that much. This is the bottle. It looks like the average bottle from Stronger With You. It's the opposite of leather, which leather was gold with a slight black trim. This is black with a gold trim, and you can actually see the fluid. Doesn't look like it, but you can see the fluid very easily if you're just hold it up to the light or something. As far as the cap, I've never liked the caps because they're always weird to try to figure out how to put them on, and I would never pick it up by the cap either. With that said, they do have nice atomizers. It is an eau de parfum, really nice. Again, this is a limited edition. There are 2 limited editions, leather and this, and then there's the other 5, the original, Intensely, Absolutely, Freeze, and Only. I don't have Freeze and Only, but I have tried Freeze. The rest of them I do have. So the main notes that you get in this, they only give you like 3 or 4. I'll give you those, and honestly, that's pretty much all you really need to know from this fragrance. So the main notes are lavender or lavandin, vanilla, oud, and amber. So just based on original smells here, as well as the dry down and what I've gotten so far, it's a woody, ambery fougere. And so the fragrance itself, again, it was hyped up a lot, so I was really excited about this. I can tell you just my thoughts on the line itself. The original is nice. The Absolutely is my favorite in the line. I'm not a big fan of Freeze. I never tried Only, and Intensely is way too strong for me. It gives me a headache. So with that said, when I heard about the Intensely, it kind of dampened my spirits. And also when somebody told me it smelled like Bottled Oud mixed with Intensely gives me a headache, and I hate Bottled Oud. So with that said, I don't hate this, but the hype is not there. As long as, if people are out there saying that this is the best or close to the best Stronger With You out there, I completely disagree with that. I think it is a nice fragrance, but I don't think the hype is warranted. I'm talking to you guys as if you are a normal person that's going out and buying a cologne. My wife is okay. She said this is an okay fragrance. She would have to test the dry down. Whenever I showed it to her, she was just like, yeah, that's good. It smells like Christmas or something like that. It smells like fall, winter, but it not something that I would see you wearing all the time. And I completely agree. So when you first spray this on Stronger With You Oud, You don't get any oud in this fragrance. It's more of a woodiness, and it's more of like a sweet woodiness. You still get that vanilla. You still get that amber, giving it that like sweet vanilla resinous mixture. And it is that sweetness that you get from Stronger With You Intensely, not Absolutely or the original. The one that you get from Intensely is definitely noticeable here. It's not stronger than Intensely. It's kind of at the same level, maybe a little bit less because it's not burning my nose and it's not giving me a headache. As far as the opening though, that sweetness is dialed back, and the main focus, especially in the opening 5 minutes, is that woodiness. It's not oud. It's more of like a Boss Bottled Oud, like I've told you, but I didn't like Boss Bottled Oud because there was this weird funkiness and spice, and I didn't like it. I know a lot of people out there did, but a lot of people hate it, just like me. So this one isn't as funky or weird as Boss Bottled Oud. Well, I do understand where people are getting that Boss Bottled Oud from. It's a designer oud, which more comes across as like just a woodiness, like a warm woodiness, and that is what you get in the opening. The opening in this is actually quite nice. It has that woodiness, it has that sweetness, it's dialed back. And then that's about, I would say about an hour to an hour and a half into this fragrance is where this fragrance really changes. But I said that woodiness is there for about 5-10 minutes. Then it starts to dissipate. And then it's kind of like there's a nice mixture in there where I like the fragrance. I like the fragrance a lot, actually. But then it's about an hour and a half into the fragrance where it kind of just turns into the DNA of Stronger With You Intensely in the dry down. And to me, it's just like I was expecting something so out of the box here. Stronger With You Oud. I mean, I understand it's still a Stronger With You fragrance. But with that said, there's nothing really other than the opening. Like, people were hating on Boss Bottled Marine because the opening was so good, but the dry down was just basic. This one, the opening is very nice, and then the dry down is just Stronger With You basic, and it's not anything to jump ship about. It's not anything that I would wear over Absolutely, that I would wear over pretty much the original too. It's nice. It's just this woodiness in there. I know a lot of people, if you don't like woody fragrances, you're not going to like the opening of this. If you like the more mature openings, you will like this fragrance. It's hard to depict here because, again, this is just my original impressions. As far as what I would rate the fragrance, I would say 8 out of 10. But for other people, it might be a 9 out of 10, or for some people, it might be a 6 out of 10. The opening has a nice, mature woodiness mixed with that Stronger With You Intensely DNA, that sweet, ambery vanilla. And then the dry down is just the Stronger With You DNA. There's not anything else to it. After about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes, you're at that Stronger With You Intensely DNA. I'm debating on keeping it in my collection, but I honestly don't know. I'm not 100% sure if I would keep it or not. It's not, I wear my fragrances so that my wife or other people like it. So far, I've had 2 people try it, and both of them just kind of went like, yeah, it's good. It's good. It's nothing like, it's not your style. And I agree, it's not my style of fragrance. It's not like, I don't like the woodiest fragrances. And I honestly am not the hugest fan of the Stronger With You line. I do like Stronger With You absolutely a lot. Just this one, it doesn't fully do it for me. I was talking to a few subscribers the other day who said the exact same thing. It's a nice opening, that woodiness mixed with it, but then it just turns into a basic Stronger With You. Are you willing to pay $140 for something like that? I think some people would be, and I think it's definitely, if you like that type of thing, if you're in love with the Stronger With You DNA, then I would definitely give it a try. As far as the projection, it's on par with the Stronger With You Intensely, maybe a little bit lower, so above average. Outside of that, I don't have any of the other longevity. It seems like it would be the same, probably 8 to 9 hours or so. More of a fall or winter time fragrance, obviously. It does have a bit of freshness in there because of that lavender, and that woody notes. It's a bit aromatic, but overall, I would say this fragrance is nice. It's good. It's just compared to other fragrances that have been released before it, like Absolutely, I don't think it compares. And I don't know why people are saying that it does. Maybe they're getting something different, and maybe it will come across with me whenever I do a full review. But just based on what I smell, what my wife smells, what my sister smells, we don't get that. It's just a good fragrance. It's just nothing out of the box, and we smelled absolutely right next to it, and it's just better. But let me know if you guys have tried this. I already know a lot of your thoughts. I know a lot of you guys are in the, kind of like in the middle. It's like, why did I pay this amount of money for it? And other people were saying it's one of the best. If that's the way that you feel, that everybody has their opinions, I'm debating on what I'm going to do with it, because I just don't see myself wearing it. That woody aspect to it, that more mature aspect, because Stronger With You, absolutely, I can see myself wearing a lot during the winter, even in the fall, at different times, whenever. This one is more selective. I don't know when I would wear it. I honestly don't know, because I don't want to go somewhere and be smelling like woody sweetness anywhere. I don't know where I would wear this. But let me know again what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with another one, full review in about a week or so. All right, thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day. Peace.